Hello. In this video, I'd like to talk to you about a concept called the locus of control. This dates back to the 1960s and the work of Julian Rothers, who investigated how people's behaviours and their attitudes affected their outcomes in their lives. The theory is that for somebody who takes responsibility, who feels the locus of control is internal to themselves, they're in control of their own destiny, they're in control of their own lives, that person feels powerful, strong, capable, they raise their self-esteem, they take action, and so on. But somebody who feels, on the other extreme, that they are not responsible, they're irresponsible, that they're not in control of their destiny, that luck, the fates, whatever, is running their lives, that external influences are controlling their lives. These people feel powerless, they feel a sense of frustration, and they certainly don't feel motivated to move into action and to create their own future. I have a strong sense of feeling control of my destiny, feeling control of my life, because I have a very clearly articulated plan. Now, don't confuse this with me believing that I'm actually in control of anything that's happening out there. We're not. But here's the point. I have a feeling of being in control because I have a plan, because I articulate things a certain way to myself, because I attend to things a certain way. I believe I'm in control of my own destiny. I feel I'm in control of my own destiny. And this feeling of control makes me feel powerful, makes me feel strong, gives me the motivation and the courage to take the next steps and do what's necessary to, in fact, create this self-fulfilling prophecy. Conversely, for the person who doesn't feel that sense of control, they don't take the action, they don't take the steps, they don't do the things, and they don't get the outcomes that they desire. And I suppose they say, well, there you go. I'm not in control of my destiny, it's somebody out there or something out there or whatever that's ruling their lives. My favourite definition of success, which I quote all the time, is success is a progressive realisation of a predetermined, worthwhile personal goal. But measuring that success is critical. And let me just talk about a concept here for a moment that relates back to locus of control. If you have this picture of the ideal self, as you grow and develop, you have this picture of an ideal self, this picture of what you'd like to be, and your dreams and your aspirations change. If you have a plan, as you progress in life, you're ticking the boxes. You're saying, here's where I started, here's where I'm going, and I'm measuring this particular gap. There's a sense of being in control, a sense of, yes, I'm doing what's necessary for success, I'm being successful, I'm doing the things right now in the present moment. If, however, you're measuring the gap towards this sense of the ideal, this never-ending, this horizon that keeps moving away from us, then there's no sense of being in control. So if you don't have a plan, if, for example, you have aspirations and ideals and things that you would like to see happening, but they're not articulated clearly in a plan, they're out there in front of you. As you move forward, they keep moving away from you like the horizon, because as we develop and grow, our aspirations and dreams develop and grow. So there's no sense of being in control, there's no sense of accomplishments, no sense of being successful. So this is one of the reasons why the one thing planning is really, really important, or any planning is really important in the context of having a sense of control, a sense of being successful. When you have a very clearly articulated plan and you're looking backwards, and you can say, I'm following the plan, I'm taking the steps, I'm ticking the box, I'm doing what is necessary, there's a real sense of being in control. It's a feeling, but it's a real sense of being in control. And what this does is this gives you a sense of power, a sense of motivation, which gives you the courage to keep taking the steps and do what's necessary. Two people with identical apparent successes could have a very, very different view of the world based on this model, and a very, very different view of whether or not they're in control of what's happening, and a very, very different level of motivation to continue and to keep going to build something. In my experience, both tend to be self-fulfilling states. There's a very strong link between performance and self-esteem. In fact, they're self-reinforcing. A feeling of success builds self-esteem and gives the courage to go on and do the steps that are required for success, which further builds self-esteem and so on. So where's your locus of control? Do you feel in control? Do you have a plan that you say, yes, I'm in control of my destiny, I'm taking responsibility, I know what's happening, and is that giving you the motivation and power that you need to go on and do bigger and better things? Or do you feel that the locus of control is outside of yourself? You're operating without a plan, even if you have aspirations and dreams. They're ever receding and constantly moving away from you. Write a plan, write a one-thing plan, write it now, try it.